Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 as we are live tonight for another custom schedule season race on NASCAR Chase for the Cup 05 Truck Series Edition. 3 races to go into crowning a champion for this final Truck Series season on this game, and we head to the Red Ball Raceway for some short track racing on a Friday night for the Crossroads 200. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we are about to get into tonight's live commentary full race live stream as we do on a daily basis, whether it is real races once the actual season starts back up again here very shortly, as well as these NASCAR video game races, both past and present. As far as our live commentary goes, for the real races, we are just 9 days away from the Busch Clash. That will be the first live commentary race of the season on the channel. We'll have the live raw feed of the actual scoreboard, well, the scoring tron / leaderboard, a bunch of other statistics as well, and I will be commentating that race as well as many others throughout the course of the season. In fact, you can go onto the community tab on the channel, and I had posted the schedule for the 22 races I am going to be commentating this season, so you can definitely go and check that out. Hit that like button so it helps the algorithm out, so that gets reached to more people as well. Boss Brody, Billy Kramer, Joshua Rumsey, Cerebral Assassin, welcome to the stream, guys. Let's get tonight's action underway, and then I guess, yeah, we'll just finish this race. 3 races to go. Our driver, Bobby Hamilton Sr., leads the point standings and qualified on the pole for tonight's race. He's got a chance to win 5 races in a row if he can go to victory lane here today. Brandon Witt will start outside front row in second. Green flag is in the air. Hamilton leads the field to the green, and we're underway at the Red Ball Raceway. Five bonus points for leading lap 1 for Bobby Hamilton. That's a good start already to the race. Brandon Witt got stuck on the outside lane. He's already outside the top 3 and still moving backwards as more trucks keep getting piled into that outside lane. Witt trying to find his way down to the bottom, and he's struggling to do so. Just 200 laps around this half-mile short track. Wesley, welcome to the stream. So back-to-back nights of Truck Series racing on the channel for NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. Then we'll go back to NASCAR 21 Ignition on Sunday for a doubleheader, career mode premiere, and a live stream of the final season at the Daytona Road Course. The premiere will take place at Kansas for the second race of the round of 8 of the playoffs. Season 1 edition, that side of things. I'll also put in the community tab as soon as this race is over that weekly schedule, the start times for all those races. I can assure you that tomorrow night's live stream will also be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like tonight's. I'm ready for the Clash too, Joshua. It's going to be a big stream on the channel, I just have that feeling, and it's I'm excited to commentate the races again. I had a lot of fun doing that last year, and a lot of you guys had fun watching the races while listening to me commentate, or vice versa, or only listening to me commentate if you couldn't watch the race. We had a great turnout those last few races last season that I ended up commentating, so that's why I wanted to make sure I did more this year. Only did 12 of them last year, but expanding it to 22 this coming season. Not sure who that is in second place. It looks like it might be Mark Handel in the 107 truck, but either way, Bobby Hamilton's out to a 6/10 of a second lead right now, 11 laps into this caution-free race in the early going. We've had 3 caution-free races so far this year. 2 of them have been short tracks, 1 mile and less in length. Martinsville and Milwaukee. And then Darlington was another race that ended up going caution-free, and of course Darlington not quite a mile and a half, so all tracks less than a mile and a half in length. And this, the final race this season, not only on a short track, but on a track that is less than a mile and a half in length. Our final 2 races of the year will be at Homestead and Daytona. Bobby Hamilton likely will not be able to clinch the championship tonight, but with a great run and a huge points day, he has a chance to potentially do that in tomorrow's race at Homestead. Well, regardless of how the racing goes, we will have fun on the channel that night. I can't wait for NASCAR to get started. Obviously, as a race fan and a diehard NASCAR fan since I could remember, that's one thing. But I have so much planned to do on the channel this year. I'm telling you guys, it is going to be a big year on the channel. And I know, you know, January just kind of the same old right now, and we'll be doing these streams on the side still too, but there is plenty of other content on the channel that I plan on making throughout 2022, having to deal with the actual NASCAR season. Can't believe Brady's not going to the Super Bowl. It's just crazy he's not even in the championship, the conference championship game. Because last year in New England, he got eliminated before then in the playoffs. But outside of this year and then that last year he had in New England, where he didn't make it to the conference title game, I couldn't tell you when the other year before that would have been that he didn't make it. Can race at the Daytona Road Course later this year in the career mode. Yeah, of course, with the Rolex 24 going on this weekend, I wanted to make sure I had some sort of racing at the Daytona Road Course. Well, the second race of that final season of NASCAR 21 edition will be at the Daytona Road Course, so we will have that live stream for you guys on Sunday afternoon. Bobby Hamilton's consistently been about 6 to 7 tenths of a second ahead of second place. That's been about it, as it's basically a 2-truck breakaway. Though Hamilton's had breathing room to just hit his marks. Nowhere close to lap traffic right now. It's also helping him out quite a bit. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. Brady's going in first ballot Hall of Fame with that. It's not even a maybe. He's literally the greatest of all time. I don't think there's any debating that he is the greatest quarterback of all time. Hamilton now over the last couple laps has extended the lead to about 1 second, getting a little bit better as this longer run continues. First and only trip to the Red Bull Raceway this season. Supposed to get down to -4 tonight at my house. temperature-wise. I don't know what the wind chill is supposed to be. The wind chill was negative 11 2 days ago, I think it was. It was Wednesday morning when I went into work. The wind chill was negative 11. The actual temperature was 1. They had the TV on in the break room, and the local news was on at noon today at my work, and that's where I saw the temperature was supposed to be negative 4. But I didn't see what the wind chill is supposed to be tomorrow morning. How can you live in those kinds of temperatures? I don't want to live here anymore. I mean, outside of a couple months out of the year where it's bitterly cold like that. I mean, granted, it's typically below. We really only have above 60-degree temperatures about 5 months out of the year. 60 or above, I should say. 50 to 60 or above, 5 months out of the year. Then 3 months out of the year, June through August, is usually pretty hot outside. Not that humid, but the temperature itself is in the 80s and 90s. Pretty much the weather around me. No, I definitely want to move to North Carolina. I want to move to Charlotte, ideally, to chase my dream of becoming a NASCAR commentator down the road. It's probably going to be a few years before I move out there, though. Oh, we got trouble. Turn 2, truck in the wall. Back down the racetrack. We continue to stay green. It was towards the back of the pack. You can see that trail of smoke leading up into the outside wall, but somehow we do stay green at lap 40, which is good for Bobby Hamilton because he's had a pretty comfortable lead. Not a gigantic lead by any means, but comfortable. Although there is a new driver in second place who has ran Hamilton down over the last few laps, and now all of a sudden Hamilton's lead is only down to a half a second. There's actually a guy I work with that lived in North Carolina, and he said that the winter there basically it only gets really cold for like a month. Probably like January into early February. I guarantee it's not like this where it's like, you know, -4 when I wake up in the morning to start my car to go to work. I guarantee I'm not going to be dealing with that again. I think tomorrow's high temperature here is supposed to be like 16. Carl Edwards looking for bonus points to the inside of Bobby Hamilton. He will take the lead with ease in turns 1 and 2. And he'll have 5 bonus points this time by when he leads back to the start-finish line. So Carl Edwards just ran down Bobby Hamilton. He'll lead his first lap of the race. Coming in second in the point standings. If he's going to want a shot at the championship, he's got to start beating Bobby Hamilton by a decent amount here these final 3 races. And he's obviously going to need a little bit of help, even if he does go out and win the last 3 remaining races this season. 3 wide right in front. Contact. Couple trucks get together, allowing for Edwards to get to the inside. More contact. Whoever that was that mowed the wall down off turn 2 also hit the wall again in turn 4. And Edwards is pulling away from Bobby Hamilton right now. Both trucks are getting through the lap traffic pretty well, for the most part. Yeah, another reason why I can't wait to go to Daytona next week is the warm weather. I'd be down for getting out of this cold weather for about a week. Slow truck down the backstretch just made his way into the pit lane. Again, we continue to stay green. Somebody has blown an engine. First driver to retire from the race tonight. And now we have a second driver down on the apron of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. It's Robbie Young. Oh, contact, a bump and run off turn 2. And we might have the lead change hands once again, and that is exactly what's going to happen. Bobby Hamilton has cleared Carl Edwards right back, and now he'll throw the block down onto the inside into turn 1. Yeah, down to single-digit days now away from the Busch Clash. I think qualifying is the night before. Practice and qualifying is the night before. So we're only 8 days away from seeing cars on the track competitively again. Lap 54, Hamilton just hit halfway out of fuel. He also just got in the wall for the first time today off turn 2 that last lap as well. His truck's starting to get a little bit on the tight side as the tires start to wear on. Edwards with the charge off turn 2, looking to the bottom again, but it's Hamilton with the block. Edwards is so close. Hamilton put the bump and run to Edwards, and I wonder if Carl might try to put the bumper back to the four-chuck. Both drivers go deep into turn 1. Hamilton's really trying to chop Edwards off. Edwards goes up the track over driving turn 3 now. Hamilton pulls him a bit. Edwards really rolls the middle of the corner a lot better than Bobby Hamilton. A lot of it's because Hamilton is getting tighter with these older tires. Edwards is so close to that back bumper. Have to assume he may be thinking about using the chrome horn. Again, Edwards goes up the track. I don't know if he's overdriving and trying to get to the back bumper of the 4, or if he's just flat out missing the corner and missing the marks as his tires start to wear on as equally as the 4 of Hamilton. Everybody on equal race tires right now, with the race still being caution-free, and we haven't quite hit that first pit stop of the night yet. I think the heat races are supposed to be on the main Fox network, Billy. I believe. At 3, and then the actual main event at 6. Contact into turns 3 and 4. With some lap trucks up there that are battling for position. More contact. Carl Richards gets into the left rear, Billy Wilson. Gravedigger, welcome to the stream. This is a season mode on this game. We got one truck down on the apron. Chad Chafin is blowing an engine. I've seen him do that a few times already this year. That's Bobby Hamilton's teammate. And anytime it happens to Chafin, you wonder if it could happen to Bobby Hamilton. He's got a comfortable points lead coming into this one, over 100 points, but again, one DNF and Edwards is right there. They could potentially take the points lead as well. Billy Wilson using his own chrome horn to Andy Lyman in the 164 truck. Travis Quaffel's up to second place all of a sudden. I didn't even see him pass Carl Edwards, but he did get around him that last lap. And at lap 72, he's got a chance to go for the lead. Quaffle to the inside of Bobby Hamilton. He's going to try to use the lap truck as a pick of Billy Wilson. Travis Quaffle is in the lead at Red Bull. Edwards to the inside of Hamilton for second as Bobby Hamilton stuck on the outside lane. And Hamilton's back to third. Brandon Witt right behind him. Oh, for sure. I try to answer as many questions in the chat as I can. Especially when you ask, you know, what this is if you're maybe new or unfamiliar. Hamilton trying to get to the inside of Carl Edwards. Edwards slides up clear of the lap truck. Hamilton gets underneath Edwards and will make the pass for second. Hamilton may have to loosen the truck up just a bit to try and help it on the short run, because he just seems to be way too tight. And he's still got to run about another 20 to 25 laps on this current fuel run. Heat races are on FS1. Then the main is on Fox. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be covering both the heat races and the main event. Either way. Likely be taking a break between the two. Kind of like I did when I commentated the All-Star race last year when we did the Open and then they had that hour break in between races. Quaffle's getting through the lap trucks pretty well right now. Hamilton just about got to the inside of the 24. Now he's there. Pretty good exit to turn 4. Quaffle trying to pinch the Ford truck. There's a little bit of contact. Quaffle's hanging in there for now. Still side by side for the lead. Oh, up the track clear, but into the wall. And that was a big mistake by Hamilton, overdriving turns 1 and 2. Giving the lead right back up again to Quaffle. And Edwards is right behind the Ford truck again, trying to battle him for second. So he got back around Brandon Witt that last lap. Hamilton again in the wall off of turn 2. Hamilton just a little too aggressive trying to get around Travis Quaffle. Quaffle's actually led for quite a while now. Hamilton never actually led a lap when he was battling Quaffle side by side for about a lap and a half. Hamilton barely clears Chris Sweeney lap truck in the 192 off the exit of turn 4. Sweeney nearly crosses the Ford truck back over again. Here comes Bobby Hamilton. Puts the bumper to the 24. And again. Hamilton overdrives turn 1. He saw the truck slip up just a bit. Again, he stays to the inside of the 24. These guys have been beating and banging for the lead quite a bit. They touch. Quaffle's in the wall off turn 4. Edwards nearly gets into the back of him. And Hamilton's back in the lead again. And Hamilton again in the wall off turn 2. And Edwards did get around Quaffle for second as well. And he may get to the inside of Hamilton because Hamilton keeps mowing the wall down. Hamilton down to block into turn 3. All 4 tires down into the yellow. No wonder Hamilton's struggling for grip right now. And all of a sudden, with the sloppy racing between Quaffle and Hamilton, it is a 4-horse race for the lead at about the halfway mark. Brandon Witt's up to 3rd. Getting around Travis Quaffle. Power move by Witt to the inside of Edwards now for 2nd, and he's got 2nd place. Right where he qualified, he has not led a lap yet, but the other drivers in the top 4 have. Hamilton has led the most so far tonight. I'm sure we're going to be seeing green flag pit stops starting very shortly. Eighth of a tank of fuel left for Hamilton. He's going to try to push it as far as he can, and here we go. The window is open to the end of the race. For some drivers at least, as they are starting to pit as we speak. Lap 97 bringing a lot of trucks into the pit lane, but most of the leaders have stayed out. I believe Carl Edwards pit that last lap, but Quaffle, Witt, and Hamilton are still on the track. Big risk by Edwards if a caution comes out, though. He's going to go at least 1 lap down, if not 2. Hamilton again in the wall off turn 2. Oh, heard some contact somewhere. It might have been in the pit lane. Halfway this time by. Quaffle came into pit at lap 100. Or coming to lap 100. Would have been on lap 99. There's Edwards coming out of the pit lane. So he's 2 laps down. Hearing some more contact around the racetrack. Bobby Hamilton has not DNF'd this season. He has had a few finishes outside the top 10. He's been involved in a few accidents this year, but no DNFs. Another reason why he is leading the point standings on top of the fact he's got 12 wins. Lap 104. Brandon Witt still out on the racetrack. So is Bobby Hamilton. Lab trucks holding up Brandon Witt right now, allowing some separation between 1st and 2nd. With Edwards and Quaffle pitting already, they are likely going to be able to cycle out ahead of both the 38 and the 4, I'd have to imagine. Right front tire in the red now for Hamilton off of turn 2. Hamilton will pit this time by at lap 107. It'll be his first and only scheduled pit stop of the race today. 4 tires and fuel. And they're going to make a wedge adjustment as well to try and help loosen the car up for the long run. Going to take a half a round of wedge out of the car. That will be it. So half a round of wedge being taken out. 4 tires and fuel for Bobby Hamilton. The race leader is in the pits. I should be in the Fox booth with Mike Joy and Clint Boyer. Oh, we have a little bit of a mistake on the rear tire changer. Having troubles trying to get around the back of the race truck from the right rear to the left rear tire. And that's going to be a bit of a slowdown during this pit stop that is likely going to cost Hamilton the lead. There goes Edwards back to the front. Oh boy, 3 wide coming out of the pit lane. trying to stay clear of Travis Quaffle because Quaffle is a rival of Bobby Hamilton after Hamilton ruffled him up trying to get to the lead earlier. Edwin Justice, welcome to the stream. I could have probably went a full round of wedge or maybe even a round and a half to make crazy adjustments, but I know how good the car is on the short run, and I didn't want to risk it being too loose on the short run. The long run speed is where we need the truck to be a little bit looser. Brandon Witt is up to third as well. Quaffle got trapped behind a lap truck as Witt was able to make the pass that last lap. But Edwards pitting about 8 laps before Bobby Hamilton was the difference in him coming out in first versus Hamilton. Plus the pit stop mistake there by Hamilton's pit crew. That also didn't help. Remember this track from 07? Yep, this game, or this track was in the EA Sports games. I never played NASCAR 08 or NASCAR 09. Were the fantasy tracks from the EA Sports games, the older games like Thunder 04, this game obviously 05, 06, 07, were those fantasy tracks also in 08 and 09 by chance? Kind of curious. Hamilton a little loose off turn 4 that time. That's what he was afraid of, and that was only a half a round of wedge he took out. Loose is fast if he can hang on to it. Don't want to burn the rear tires off the car, though. They were already pretty bad by the end of that first run. Just a one-stop scheduled race today for this 200 lap race around this half-mile short track. Edwards trying to block Bobby Hamilton. It's still caution-free tonight. I wonder if we might finish this race caution-free. Hamilton to the inside of Carl Edwards. Into turn 1 for the lead. A little bit better turn in the race truck in the center of the corner right now for Hamilton since the adjustment change. Hamilton is clear off of turn 4, 80 laps to go, and Bobby Hamilton Sr. leads once again at Red Bull Raceway. The 4th different time he has led tonight. Quite a few lead changes within the top 4. Fantasy tracks are in NASCAR 08, 09. Medallions. Is that like the same thing as the skill points? Skill points in the chase plates. 05 through 07. If not, I have no clue what exactly the medallions are. Again, I haven't played those two games. Oh, Hamilton just completely whiffed in turns 3 and 4. That was a mistake. Oh, and Edwards got chopped off by the Ford truck. Hamilton gave him no room whatsoever. Hamilton desperate to hold on to this lead. A lot of lap traffic in front of him still to come. This race is going to get done in less than an hour if it goes caution-free. I didn't realize I've only been live for about 35 minutes. We're past halfway. Mighty quick race pace. Bobby Hamilton has just clinched the most laps led, and that will help him towards his season championship. 10 bonus point night for Bobby Hamilton, and now with the win, he will have a max points day. Medallion tasks. I'll just have to check it out when I get the games down the road. It's going to be a while yet. Not really worried about it right now. Little contact in the battle for second as Brandon Witt tried to put the bumper to Carl Edwards. Oh, he did it again! And Edwards nearly spun out that time off of turn 4. Contact back-to-back corners as Brandon Witt moves the 99 out of the way, and now he's up to second. 1.1 seconds off the lead. Hamilton in the back of the 113 right in front of him as well. Stacking up Bobby Hamilton a bit off turn 4. John Wood now going to go a lap down off of turn 2. That is Carl Edwards' teammate. Potentially trying to battle Bobby Hamilton as hard as he can to hold him up and allow Edwards to maybe get a little bit better of a run. Hamilton has his largest lead of the day so far, 1.7 seconds, and I think the adjustment changes definitely got a little bit to do with that. He had about 8 lap fresher tires, but that would have evened out by now at this point in the run. That he's been out on the racetrack for quite some time, and now there's contact between the 113 and the 50 of John Wood out of the rear view of the Ford truck of Hamilton. That's potentially going to stack up Edwards and Witt again, as Edwards just made the pass on Brandon Witt as they continue to battle for second. Hamilton is really pulling away now. 2.1 second lead. We'll have to see what the long run will do when we get into the back half of this tire stint, if the racetrack's going to get super tight again on Hamilton like it was before. Definitely faster on the short run. Still 59 laps to go, though. A 2.1 second lead is not that big, especially at a short track when you consider there's constant flow of lap traffic Bobby Hamilton will have to deal with. Let's alternate through the different camera angles now in tonight's race. More contact, some sparks flying with some trucks up ahead of Hamilton. Oh, more contact, and they stacked up right in front of Bobby Hamilton. And he gets into the back of Benny Allen. And that's exactly what I was talking about, where it just does not take much with the lap traffic. And just like that, a 2.2 second lead. He lost 9/10 of a second that last lap after that stack up, and it's down to a 1.3 second lead. Now Craftsman putting the bumper to Mark Handel, who ran in second place for quite some time earlier in the race. Hamilton trying to get around these guys as quick as he can. They're holding them up. For those of you who did not check out the stream last night of NASCAR 21 Ignition, we ran the Daytona 500 for our final season there. Race as my favorite driver, Ryan Blaney, for that season. It'll be a race now mode. Stages will be on. And boy, was it surprisingly a good finish, all things considered, with all the bad luck that was had throughout the course of the race with the game crashing. A couple glitches we ended up having. We had a speed glitch at one point in time. But was able to conquer it and not only get to the end of the race, but ran top 5 pretty much all night. And brought home the victory with Ryan Blaney in the Daytona 500. Something I did not think realistically would be able to happen in NASCAR 21 Ignition, but it did. Jack Sprague, Matt Kraft, and the 2 lap trucks, as well as Scott Bush, also right around Bobby Hamilton currently. 49 laps to go. Hamilton to the inside of Crafton. And he'll finally clear the 6 car off of turn 4. Sprague underneath Crafton now. Less than 50 laps to go. Hamilton now under Scott Bush. Sprague gets around Bush as well, and he is charging hard to the back bumper of the Ford truck of Bobby Hamilton. Sure, Sprague wants to get back on the lead lap. 45 laps to go. He is pushing really hard. 3 lap trucks between Hamilton and second place Carl Edwards. Brandon Witt still right behind Edwards in second. 1.5 back in the race lead. Car's driving like a dumpster fire at Daytona. Been there. Luckily not last night. Crafton and Sprague have been battling quite a bit with one another. Edwards and Witt aren't directly behind them, so they're not really getting slowed up from it yet. In fact, a lot of the battling between Witt and Edwards has gone on enough that it's slowing each other down. 40 laps to go, and we are still caution-free in tonight's race at the Red Bull Raceway. We could potentially see our 4th caution-free race of this Truck Series season. Been a while since the last one. Right front tire starting to wear out. Down into the yellow. It was down into the red before Hamilton pit the last time. I don't think that will be the case before the end of the race this time around. I think with him pitting at lap 107, that's a little bit past halfway. Plus, he made the wedge adjustment, which should help it just a tad. But not being quite as tight, taking that half round of wedge out of the race truck during that first and only stop of the night. Got a bot down in the chat. Crafton is there. He is underneath Bobby Hamilton. Hamilton with a bit of a mistake off turn 2 as well. And the lead back down to 1.2 seconds now with Crafton getting back on the lead lap. Hamilton's truck is definitely starting to tighten up again since that right front tire has been getting a little worn. Not as bad as what it was earlier, but it's still noticeable. And it's only going to get worse and worse the closer we get to the checkered flag. Even if a caution came out now, I don't think you could pit, considering this is just a half-mile short track. We'll have less than 30 to go at this point with a restart. And you're going to need the track position, even though it seems that most of the field is a lap down. We don't exactly know for sure how many trucks are on the lead lap. I don't think it'd be worth the risk. No, if Hamilton stays out and everybody else pits, then he'll be in trouble. Especially with Edwards currently riding in second place. Dumped by Kyle Busch, costing 14 car wreck. I got dumped by Kurt Busch twice last night. .28 to go at the line. Hamilton just cleared another lap truck. For now. I believe that's Manny Brown. Sorry, it's Hank Grigsby. Hank Grigsby in the 153, and he crosses Hamilton back over again. And now Hamilton got a double cross Grigsby. Clears him off turn 2. Lap trucks definitely have gotten a little bit more racy with the 4 of Hamilton. .25 to go this time by. Just a few minutes out from the checkered flag. There's a potential of a green-white checker finish in the Truck Series, though. Even if we get a late yellow, it will not end under a caution. Unless we have a caution during that one green flag, green-white checker attempt. And if we get to the white flag, no caution comes out the final lap in this game. Hamilton still managing a 1.5 second lead. Remember, it was 2.2 seconds at one point in this run, but then it got down to 1.2. Back to about 1.5 again. Fluctuating back and forth just depending on who catches the lap traffic on what part of the racetrack and how much are they holding them up or maybe letting them through. 20 to go this time by. Hamilton just wants to keep a gap come that final lap that's big enough that the bumper will not be used by the truck behind him. Is all he can really hope for. Left front tire starting to slip away from the Ford truck now as well. 16 people watch right now, 7 likes. Smash the like button, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We have 20 laps to go at the Red Ball Raceway tonight for the custom schedule Truck Series season on NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. Just 2 more races to go. Once the checkered flag flies tonight, our next race will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Our final mile and a half of the year. This is the final short track of the season. Hamilton trying to grow the points lead. He's already clinched the most laps led today, looking for another consecutive win. And it would be number 13 on the season if he can get it done tonight. Still caution free as well. We have not seen a yellow. .4 seconds, 16 to go at the line. Obviously got to catch a few more lap trucks at least. Ooh, Hamilton wiggled quite a bit getting into turn 1. A lot of that was just trying to keep it off of both Anderson and Baker to his outside. Think you should get payback on Kyle Busch. I mean, if he definitely changed his line and just flat out dumped you, why not? It is a video game after all. I'm assuming you're on NASCAR 21 ignition, though. Oh, boy, Hamilton made a pretty big mistake there off of turn 2. Had to get out of the gas quite a bit just to keep it off the wall. Got to keep that focus on full display here. The race is not over yet. 10 to go at the line. Right rear starting to wear out of the 4. Quarter of a tank of fuel left as well, but again, these guys are plenty good to the finish. Even with a green-white checker, Hamilton will be good to the end. Well, our stream will be done before the Royal Rumble starts tomorrow. I will definitely be watching the Royal Rumble as well, but it doesn't start till 8 o'clock. Problems for John Wood. He has blown an engine trying to get into the pit lane with 8 laps to go, and hopefully he does not spark a late caution. We have not seen one yet today. And he will work his way into the pits, creeping his way there, and he will get there. So we stay green at Red Bull. Five laps to go now for Bobby Hamilton. So both Carl Edwards and Bobby Hamilton's teammates have blown an engine of Chad Chafin and John Wood tonight, but both those trucks still continue to run first and second. With Hamilton in the lead, Edwards in second place. Both have led laps tonight, so 5 bonus points for Edwards, 10 bonus points up for Bobby Hamilton. Shane Kirkland and Aaron McGee racing each other and holding up Bobby Hamilton a bit now over the last half a lap to a full lap. And the lead's down to 1.2 seconds with 3 to go. Hamilton is just going to sit behind him. He's going to be patient. He just does not want to make a mistake. There's a giant pack of lap cars that he luckily will not catch in front of the 3 that are just in front of him as we speak. Edwards has been about 0.2 of a second quicker each of the last 2 laps, but he's a full second back with 2 to go. And that's just not the pace he's going to need to run to get to Hamilton. Hamilton not even going to risk trying to pass Shane Kirkland. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. This will be the 4th caution-free race of the season. Contact with some lap trucks off of turn 2. Up ahead of Hamilton as he had to check up again. But Edwards is too far back. He will not have a chance to use the bumper in the final corner. And Bobby Hamilton Sr. will coast to the victory at Red Bull Raceway, his 13th win of the season. And the Polish victory lap will he'll try to do a burnout all the way around. Last short track I tried to do that on, I blew an engine right before I made it all the way around. So we'll try it again. Matthew Ring, welcome to the stream. Do full career mode on the way, all the way to the top without making your own teams. If you talk about for this game, I don't want to do that only because I really want to do a custom schedule season for this game and the older games in general. When I'm doing a season mode playthrough, that's just too much content that it's already taken us a while to get through NASCAR 05 in general. I mean, we started NASCAR 05 streams back in like March of last year, I believe. And here we are. It's going to be February next week, and I'm still not even started with the Cup Series custom schedule season yet. I actually made it this time without the engine expiring. There we go. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Ready for the Rolex 24. I am too. I definitely am too. Only 8 truck drivers finished on the lead lap. A caution-free race, 200 laps around this half-mile short track 6 lead changes, margin of victory 0.6 of a second. It was pretty... I mean, the margin of victory might have seemed a lot closer than what it actually was. Hamilton was pretty much managing a 1.5 to 2.2 second lead for about the full final 40 to 45 laps of the race. With those last few laps, Edwards had closed in because Hamilton was backing off to not even want to race the lap trucks in front of him who were making contact, and they slowed him up a bit more those final 4 laps. But outside of that, though, Hamilton dominated. 163 laps led today. That now gives him, I believe, and let me check, but I believe that gives him over 1,600 laps led this season. Oh yeah, it definitely does. 1,673 is the number of laps led for Bobby Hamilton this season, en route to his 13th win of the year. And that is 5 wins in a row now for Bobby Hamilton Sr. as well. And the average finish is down under 3.0. What a year. Edwards was able to get some laps led in a second place finish, his second straight top 5, and he has now had all but 2 finishes inside the top 6 this entire season. One of which, of course, that DNF a few races ago, which put him in a hole. Brandon Witt, 3rd in points, finishes 3rd. He did not lead a lap, though. Travis Quaffle leads the 2nd most laps with 19 laps led today, finishing in 4th. Bill Lester ends up rounding out the top 5. Casey Cook 6th, Jason Paul 7th, Aaron McGee 9th, Matt Crafton first truck a lap down. Sorry, Aaron McGee 8th, Matt Crafton first truck a lap down to 9th, and Jack Baker rounds out the top 10. And we'll see who all DNF. We saw John Wood blow an engine late, and he was the last one. Only 3 DNFs. John Wood, Chad Chafin, and then Robbie Young back on lap 50 was the first driver to retire from the race. We'll check the point standings before we head into tomorrow night's race at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Again, coverage begins at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I know I want to watch the Royal Rumble tomorrow night, as well as a little bit of the Rolex 24, so we'll be having that stream at 6 o'clock tomorrow. As far as another stream tonight, no, I can't. I'm pretty tired. I was up kind of late last night trying to get the recording done for that Kansas race on NASCAR 21 Ignition, so I'm pretty beat right now, and I got to go back to work again tomorrow. But we'll be back and better than ever again tomorrow with another full race live stream. 134 laps, 200 miles for the Ford 200 at Homestead. So Homestead and Daytona, the final 2 races of the season. Hamilton will have a chance to clinch the championship tomorrow. We'll see if he'll be able to do it. Taking a little bit to load here. Hamilton's got a 121-point lead over Edwards. Brandon Witt's 214 back in 3rd. Mathematically, Witt still has a chance. It's not looking likely. Let's see here. Looking up to see how many points exactly we're going to need to clinch the championship tomorrow before we sound out for the night. Alright, so if I win and lead the most laps, and Edwards finishes last with no laps led, we can gain as many as, if I do my math correctly, 190 to 55, be 135 points. So because Bobby Hamilton has the tiebreaker over Edwards, Edwards has 3 wins on the season. Bobby Hamilton has 13 wins on the season. that Bobby Hamilton will have to be 135 points ahead of Carl Edwards to clinch the championship tomorrow at Homestead, which would mean if Bobby Hamilton can win the race and lead the most laps, even if Carl Edwards finishes second and leads a lap, that will be a 15-point increase for Bobby Hamilton, just like it was tonight, which would put him 136 points ahead. So by 1 point, he would clinch the championship a race early. So Bobby Hamilton controls his own destiny tomorrow. He doesn't need any help. If he can lead the most laps and win the race at Homestead, he will clinch the championship, even if Carl Edwards finishes in second place tomorrow night and leads at least one lap. But if Edwards even does as much as leads the most laps and finishes second, and Hamilton goes on to win the race, Hamilton will still not clinch the championship tomorrow. So as long as Bobby Hamilton wins the race, leads the most laps at Homestead, he will clinch the championship one race early. I still plan on running the season finale race at Daytona regardless sometime next week, but we'll see if we can wrap up the championship at least for tomorrow's live stream. 9 likes on the stream right now. Again, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys tomorrow evening for that race. Should be a pretty smooth stream for any WWE fans out there that want to watch the Royal Rumble. Our stream will be done before that starts. Trust me, I want to watch it too. I'm a big wrestling fan. Anyway, that, and then obviously the Rolex 24 starts tomorrow afternoon. I can't remember what time it starts. Does it start like 3 or 3:30? Something like that. I know I'm going to be at work when it starts. And then I'm going to get home, set the stream up, kind of tune in for a brief moment, stream, watch the Rumble, and then, you know, if I still have energy left in me, I'll probably watch a little bit at night, tomorrow night. But definitely going to watch it into Sunday morning and into the afternoon at the finish as well. But yeah, that'll be it right there. Keep an eye on the community tab. I will have the weekend schedule for the streaming and premieres that will be up both tomorrow and on Sunday for the rest of the weekend. And then also you can check the schedule for the live commentary live streams we will have in 2022 this year. All 22 races scheduled, the dates, and obviously the track and what series I will be commentating for that race weekend. You can check that out in the community tab as well. That was posted earlier today. I will see you guys. Until next time, thanks for watching.